Hey everyone, it is late at night and I am Norman. It is with a heavy heart that I announce that I will probably be selling the Hamilton Khaki Field. Tonight I'm going to discuss 5 reasons why this watch is probably going to go away. So let's get started. Okay, so let's take one final look at this watch before it probably goes away, and I'll go over my 5 reasons for getting rid of it. Reason number 1, it is a bit redundant in my collection. I own the CWC, which is very similar in aesthetic, only it's a size that I prefer, so I end up grabbing this one more than the Khaki Field. Although I have to say that the case on the Khaki Field is so sleek looking. It just looks really thin and sleek and just great. That's actually why I ended up purchasing this watch, mainly because of how great the case looks. The CWC from above looks just fine. It looks pretty thin until you get it from side view and you realize that a bulk of it is below this body here, so it hovers above your wrist a bit. But I do like the 36mm case size. It just looks more appropriate to me for a field watch. Field watches and dress watches I feel should be smaller, but that's just me. And speaking of size, that's another reason. Reason number 2, this is 38mm. It's a perfectly legitimate size, and I think most people wouldn't have an issue with it at all. But I do like vintage, mid-century sized watches, and I feel like 35 or 36mm, it's much more my style. So when I do grab this and put it on, it looks a little bit large to me. Again, that's just my personal preference. I think most people would be absolutely fine with this size. And reason number 3 is kind of a weird one, but it's actually because this is a mechanical watch. I love mechanical watches, but field watches aren't pieces that I wear every day. Typically I wear them when I'm in the mood here and there, or I will actually wear them as a work watch. So the fact that the CWC is quartz and is just always running makes it such an easy option to just grab it off of the shelf, put it on my wrist, and wear it. With the Khaki Field, sometimes I'll wind it up, get it going, and decide that for a week that'll be my work watch. But then I'm constantly having to wind it daily even though I'm not wearing it. It just feels weird. So much better to just pick it up and go. Reason number 4 is water resistance. This only has 50 meters of water resistance, and that is actually why I originally bought the CWC. Because I was planning on getting a field watch that I could swim in, snorkel in, and whatnot, and I just don't feel comfortable doing that with the Khaki Field. It might be perfectly fine. I mean, in the past, I've worn swatches in the water when I was young, and they were fine. I've worn the F91W swimming around in the lake one summer, but this has 100 meters of water resistance, a screw-down crown, and just much better for getting it wet and really using it as an everyday wear. And the final reason, and this one's a bit sad since selling this may not go to fund another watch, but I actually need to get a camera for the channel because my phone, which is my current camera, is having a hard time with my external microphone, and halfway through videos it just kind of drops. It acts like I unplugged the external microphone. So this will actually help to fund that, hopefully. That's my plan. But as brilliant as this watch is, I feel like it just needs to go to a new home, sadly. So let's get a comparison wrist shot of this and the CWC. Let me take my vintage fossil watch off. And there is the Khaki Field. Its last hurrah. I have it on a paratrooper strap. I love these things. I need to get one for the CWC, but it does look great. I do like the way it hugs the wrist, so much more so than the CWC, for example, but it's a bit large for me. However, like I said, for most people, This is a perfectly acceptable size. So definitely don't let that deter you if you're contemplating one of these. And here is the CWC on my 7-inch wrist. You see that it looks pretty flat, like I mentioned from above, but it's hovering over my arm, which kind of bothers me at times, but I still love this watch. I have it on Perlon because it's nice and thin and kind of helps to mitigate that. It actually has fixed bars on it, which was really intriguing to me when I first encountered this watch, and I still think that's pretty cool. Not a whole lot of watches you'll encounter with fixed bars on them. It does limit what you can do with it. You need one pieces or special straps, but this is a little field watch. Perfect. So yeah, that is why I'll probably be getting rid of the Hamilton Khaki Field. It's a great watch. It looks beautiful, but it's just a bit redundant in my collection, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to absolutely love this A11 style watch that's coming within a couple weeks. So having the CWC, the Smiths, and that watch, I think I'm just pretty well covered on field watches. Thanks for watching.